your life will get better once you realize you don't have to be nice. Nice will get you used, stressed out, and disrespected. I'm not nice. I'm a good person. And there's a difference. You don't have to be nice to be a good person. Being good means being honest, setting boundaries, taking care of yourself, and getting visit from Santa once a year. All without compromising yourself. Being nice may give you temporary approval, but it'll really earn you respect. Or help you build genuine connection. Honor your truth. You'll never regret it.
Well, hello there, partner. Go on and hang up your hat, grab yourself a whiskey, and pull up in the easy chair. We're coming off the range of 9 to 5s with a whole herd of news stories that we've been steaming over like a cow patty in the Texas heat. As they say, the chickens are finally coming home to roost. And we're here to ruffle some feathers and ensure accountability ain't just a concept, it's reality. It's that time where the day's drama casts its longest shadow. So let's light a candle to the chaos of current events, the whirlwind of politics, and the tangled webs of corruption that we find ourselves entwined by. It's time to ramble our way into the twilight. Welcome to Sunset Rants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sunset Rants. I'm Biddy, your host. We got some stories for you today, as always. We got Trump getting great on his first 100 days. We got lights out in Spain and Portugal. We got a accusing of abuse in Buffalo school. Putin declaring 3-day May ceasefire. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2025 inductees. And don't forget about our Caption This. We also could be found on the Real Roma _AK. And today, filling in for Valley, we got our producer, Brian. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Hey, we've got this is breaking news as of right before we went live tonight. We got breaking news out of Canada. Canada election 2025. Canada's elections website is down for some. Here's what we know so far. This comes from InsideHalton.com. Some people are logging into Elections Canada website having trouble getting the latest information. It appears the website is currently down for looking for information. Elections Canada website is down. You cannot go there to get elections information. Looks like we got some video here. Back this up. Turn on the sound.
As a museum and fully functional Canada Post. Here at the post office, there's a few interesting things you can do. One of them is for $5. You can get a wax.
I guess it's just an ad. Never mind. What happens when you get through story? Okay, here we go. There's some real video.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, one developing story, Omar, that we're keeping a close eye on. The Elections Canada website appearing to be down for some Canadians, for many right now going on the website. This is what they're seeing. We actually experienced it here in our breaking news center as well, though we were able to get on another computer, though some people taking to social media tonight, sending out tweets like this on X. Patrick saying elections.ca isn't working for me. Does anyone else have this issue? An obvious concern, Rachel.
Yeah, so Bashi and Omar, we have reached out directly.
Sorry. Any chance y'all fix the website? Seems suspicious to me right now, Chase Fowle wrote on X. While polling stations in Ontario remain open until 9:30 p.m., some early results were coming in from eastern provinces. Website wasn't down for all visiting the homepage. It's not known what has caused the issue. Also saw some other chatter today regarding Canada's elections. This is a really interesting tweet from Eric Daughtry. This is a screenshot from Polymarket, and it
Mhm.
shows the Liberal candidate taking a very sudden downturn, and the
Mm.
Conservative candidate taking a very sudden upswing.
Mm.
This could reflect just a moment in time when he made this post, because I'll go ahead and refresh this page right now, see where Polymarket's at on the Canada election.
Yeah, I
And
don't want to
yeah,
sound like a conspiracy theorist, but it sounds like water
yeah,
main breaks stuff.
yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like to me. Oh,
Mhm.
sharing the wrong damn tab. Here we go. So that's what the
Mm.
market's looking at right now. This is the post I was talking about. Sure, I gotta share the right tab.
Yeah.
Something weird's going on here. Something weird is going on here. So anyway, this was posted. Let's see, what's it at? 8:23 p.m. So, not even an hour ago. But
Mhm.
this is
Yeah, I
what
mean,
it's looking
that's
like right now.
I don't know if it's like the same thing as America, where you have to worry about or you think about like the time zones and stuff like that, and where people are going to be signing on to vote and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. When you see these like weird, upticks like out of nowhere, or it's going all the way down and then all of a sudden it goes right back up again really sharply. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, listen, it's no big shocker that the people that are running Canada right now, they don't want a conservative to take office. They want to keep that liberal progression going. So,
Right.
oh, we'll see. I mean, hopefully the people that were planning to go on that website and vote, that they keep trucking on it. I don't know if any kind of whatever's going on otherwise, but
I don't know. There's something just fishy about voting
I
over the
know.
internet. I don't.
I know. I feel like
Uh,
I'm like leaning. I'm like, I don't want to sound like conspiracy there all the time, but then like, you hear all the stuff and you're just like in your gut something's telling you like that's freaking weird, but not really. Hey Aaron, what's up, girl?
obviously, Aaron's talking about you.
Yeah. We shall see. I mean, hopefully for Canada's sake, they don't continue the status quo, because I mean, it's just been straight up tyranny. They have like so many problems over there, kind of similar to what we have here, mass migration that's just crashing their economy, their housing,
Yeah,
trying to find housing for people and all this other kind of stuff. So they need something different. So I hope that that's the direction that they're going in. We shall see.
for sure, for sure. All right, so moving on to the actual story we're supposed to open up with, this Trump's first 100 days, sort of a report card. And this one, this story is coming from Yahoo Finance. Go ahead and play it. We got a little bit of video here. We'll go ahead and open that up for you.
Yeah. I just put the volume up just a smidge. It's not coming through. Maybe just like take it down and bring it back up again. Yeah, I'm not hearing it, babe.
I can hear it.
You can, yeah, I think it's just it needs to be reshared. I'm not hearing anything. But yeah, just in the meantime, they're talking about tariff uncertainty dominated Trump's first 100 days. That's the consensus. Of course, that's going to be the highlight for most. Saying the end game is cloudy. But President Trump's first 100 days back in office clearly transformed America's political landscape. But a range of big ticket items are still in progress, with tariffs atop the list for markets. The uncertainty there appears likely to stretch at least into the summer, with a series of conflicting statements from Trump and his aides in recent days, providing little in the way of guidance. Tariffs appear to also be the biggest drag on Trump's waning popularity, with a New York Times poll tracker showing the steady decline of the president's approval ratings, especially after Liberation Day, which was coined for April 2nd, when he unveiled his reciprocal tariff plans. Since then, Trump and his team have offered countless conflicting summaries of the latest key trade issues. Basically, in that video that that wasn't playing correctly, she's just kind of going back and talking about the past presidents and who had the top um, the top percentages and their first 100 days, their S&P performance. So like FDR in 1933 was plus 78.3%. Biden in 2021 was plus 10.9%. And she did point out that that's also coming off of depressionary issues, and then also everything with COVID, and it would naturally kind of like rebound or bounce back. So you can't really look at that, which is the kind of fair assessment. I was surprised, but tariffs is a big thing. Yes, it definitely affects a lot of things, but there is so much else that Trump has done in his 100 days that I wish that they would highlight more. The January 6th pardons, that was right off rip. That was a huge thing that he promised that he kept. Getting men out of women's sports, that was another huge thing that he ran on, that he signed his executive order on. Bringing industry back to America, that ties in with the whole tariff negotiations. Apple, General Motors, Boeing, Ford, Intel, Dow Chemicals, General Electric, Whirlpool, so many different industries, Abbott Laboratories, Crazy Art, Johnson & Johnson, all these people are in talks of bringing, raising production in America. So, it kind of seems like, everything that he's doing, and he keeps telling everybody that there is going to be, a transition period, just kind of stick with it for a minute. You can't just expect things to transition over right away from going away. A market has been functioning for so long, to having everything come back here and relying ourselves. You can't expect that to be in the green overnight. It just doesn't work that way. Things take time.
Hey, quick, could you hear the cold open video?
Yes.
Oh,
it might have just been something with the website.
Can you hear this? Yeah, I could hear the video. I was confused. I couldn't play. Can you hear this?
No.
You're not getting any sound.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
I can.
I'm just gonna try to reload the window. So.
Okay. Let me know. If not, I can share mine and see if that helps. But yeah, I don't want to, because I always say this, right? Like, I'm a huge Trump supporter. I'm trusting in him that he's doing the right thing, that he understands business. He's really great in negotiations, and I'm willing to wait, and I'm willing to, to see it play out before I make any big decisions.
Hold on. I think I got some string arguments. Try this one more time.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, and I was just looking. I kind of looked it up a little bit just to see, a whole bunch of companies. Just this morning, this came out from CBS News that are saying they're investing more in U.S. manufacturing as tariffs go into effect.
Okay, try this.
The golden age of America begins right now.
Weird.
A recent election is a mandate to.
So now we can go back and try to play the one we wanted to play at the beginning of this. Scroll up to it. Here's this tab instead. And
so many of these companies, I didn't realize, took their production out of the U.S. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Look at the S&P 500's performance during President Trump's first 100
days. You hear it now?
Yeah. Thank you, Brad. So taking a look at the S&P 500 under Trump's first 100 days in office, you can see the S&P down nearly 8% off the back of a lot of uncertainty around the trade war. But how does this pair with history? Well, let's take a look at the best performing first 100 days. FDR in 1933 up 78%, and then you got Biden in 2021 up 10%. Now, really important context here. These were off of huge market crashes. Obviously, you all remember COVID, and then, of course, a market crash in the early 1930s. So huge recovery and rebound setup for those presidencies. Let's take a look at some of those presidencies, though, where we saw a little bit more weakness. And I want to really zero in on Ford's presidency coming in 1974. That was after Nixon's resignation. But that environment has a lot of similarities to the environment we're in today. So down 11.8% in Ford's first 100 days. What was going on then? Stagflation. That is the key concern with where we are currently at. Stagflation, of course, as a reminder, meaning you have.
Okay, so some historical perspective. I myself, I got to say, I'm very underwhelmed at Trump's first 100 days. A lot of things we were expecting. I know things take time. I know you don't turn the Titanic on a dime.
Right.
I get it. But so many things, particularly Pam Bondi, the Justice Department, has just been so disappointing. And
Wow.
I'm going to give Trump's first 100 days a C minus.
Oh.
That's
All right.
where
All
I'm at.
right. All right. I guess if we're gonna grade, when you think, when you do, I mean, the Epstein list and all of that other kind of stuff, that really hurt. Not gonna lie, that was a huge blow. We're also waiting on, everything with taxes, like bringing down the no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. I would love for the income tax to kind of go away. That'd be great. That's another thing that I've been waiting for. So, but I am feeling patient about the economic side of things. And so I'd say I give him a B.
Well, you're a more generous critic than I am.
But a little gold star, like you can do better. Come on, let's go.
I mean,
a little encouraging.
C minus is the lowest grade you can get and still pass.
Yes,
so,
that's true.
That's
true. That's true. But I'm extremely happy about what he's doing at the border. There's been a lot of crazy busts going on. According to reports, that the crossings are down to 99%.
The border, the immigration stuff. Okay, A plus there. A plus. But everything else, honestly, Justice Department.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an F, and that brings his entire average down. So.
It's like a grading curve. Everybody's in on it. The whole administration's got to be at A.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I understand where you're coming from with that for sure. I'm optimistic still, as weird as that sounds. I mean, I teeter back and forth between whether or not we're going to get any answers or we're going to see any arrests from all the corruption that has been revealed, especially the Doge stuff. I mean, everything that's come out, I was thinking about it today, everything that came out about possible news organizations getting kickbacks and, having little backdoor ins, and being all of that. I don't understand why we haven't seen any accountability for that stuff. And the accountability was a huge word being used on the campaign trail. So that's got to get kicked up a notch.
Aaron says, I'm holding out hope that they aren't running and gunning, that they're working on doing things in a way that they actually stick.
Yes, Aaron, that's how I feel too. I don't know if it's the optimistic bug in me. Maybe I'm naive. I say this all the time. I probably am, but I just feel like they're when the feds, when you see they're trying to build a case against somebody, they'll let them rock. If they're going after the mafia or whatever, they'll let them rock for quite a while. Make sure that they get everything together, so that way when they do bring them down, there's no way that they're going to get out of it. It's a done deal. So I have that optimism in me that hopefully a lot is going on behind the scenes that we're not privy to. And maybe we're not privy to them because they don't want to give people a heads up about what they're doing. Maybe.
Right.
I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. We'll see.
All right. Well, we got strange development in Europe.
Yes.
Holy smokes. This window view sucks.
No, it's looking good. Well, we got CNN World.
Nah, it doesn't give you
God
enough.
forbid.
See if this one's better. See if we get more room in the actual presentation window. No. Okay. Well, anyway, here we go. France, Portugal,
It's looking good on this end, love. Yeah, go ahead.
declare states of emergency after a massive power outage. Comes at you from CNN World Communist News Network, because it's not around here. There, that looks better. Getting the story here. Spain and Portugal are reeling from a massive unexplained power outage that knocked out traffic lights, caused chaos on the roads, airports, prompted both countries to declare a state of emergency. Portugal's power grid operator Redes Energéticas Naciones, REN, they're called REN, said the electrical supply lost across the entire Iberian Peninsula and in parts of France shortly after midday. Hours later, Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said authorities were still not sure what caused the blackout. The outage took out lighting in power sockets, caused subway systems to suddenly fail. In Madrid, traffic piled up on the roads after the lights went out. I was driving and suddenly there were no traffic lights. It was a bit of a jungle. Luis Ibanez Jimenez, I did that one okay, I think. I did that one okay.
Very, that's because you had some spicy food today. Gave you a little bit of spice.
Yeah. I did get some fajitas today.
There you go.
I saw a massive bus coming. I had to accelerate a lot to get past it. The cause of blackout was unclear, but its impact is dramatic. Transport hubs were shuttered across governments in both countries, which population of around 60 million people hastily arranged emergency meetings to coordinate a response. Scroll on. Spain's Interior Ministry declared a state of emergency in regions of Andalusia, Extremadura, Murcia, La Rioja, and Madrid. A late-night cabinet meeting, Portugal's Prime Minister Luis Montenegro declared an emergency and energy crisis, with the grid operator warning that fully restoring power would be a complex operation. By nightfall, grid operators said the supply of energy was gradually being restored in pockets of both countries. Nearly half of Spain's energy demand was being met by Monday evening, according to Environmental Minister Sarah Agascan. Videos on social media showed people in Portugal cheering with power restored as the right drew in. So apparently, huge mystery. Why did the power go out? What the hell happened?
I did some digging. I was checking into Sky News because they were following this pretty closely. Portuguese grid officials say due to extreme temperature variations in the interior of Spain, there were anomalous oscillations in the high voltage lines, which is a phenomenon called induced as atmospheric vibration, which is like a change in temperature or high winds can sometimes cause vibrations or changes in the conductivity of the power lines that upsets the frequency of the power running through them. The science and technology editor Tom Clark at Sky News says it's unlikely to precipitate a grid collapse as vast as this one from that theory.
Well,
so
you think
they're still looking into it.
I've seen some alternative theories on X. You think maybe just possibly it might have had something to do with some of this here.
Yes, that was another thing. Go ahead.
Will Heil posts, for those keeping score at home, April 22nd, Spain brags about hitting 100% renewable power. April 28th, Spain has the nation's largest blackout in history. Now scrolling down a little bit. This was 3 years ago. We'll back that up a little bit. Is there sound? No sound.
No.
Don't get to hear the boom.
To begin with.
Yeah, no sound on the video. You don't get to hear the boom. Yeah. So
yeah, they did bring that up too. And the gentleman I just mentioned, the science and technology editor, he said that that they were relying at first on about 60% of its electricity from solar towers, 3.5% on turbines, and typically turbines with their inertia will be used to to bring the grid operations to get it back up again. They don't have that really in full effect, so that's going to also be an issue. And putting it back together, as was mentioned in the article, is a huge issue, because you have to do like it in small parts in the grid, kind of make sure you have like a balance going on when you're bringing up one before you move on to the next one, because it could trip. So this could take a week at the very least to get everything back up. A week of 60 million people being out of power, water supply, flights, trains, phone signals, all of it. I just keep praying that someday we might discover some magic rock that could produce efficient, clean energy and exist. That'd be amazing. Everyone would love it. Yeah, Aaron, I suspect that magic rock already exists and not being used. But
yeah, if you look
allegedly,
at the video, that's what they're blowing up. That's what nuclear power is.
Right?
That's literally what nuclear power is. All right.
It's not looking good for the green deals.
Yeah, not doing too well. Actually,
I'm sure, I doubt they would even say anything like that, though. Like Spain, because they're the ones who did it. Like, I doubt that they would say, "Oh yeah, it was probably our decision to go that route. We're gonna backtrack." Yeah, right.
Right. See.
Yeah.
That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on, I'm having a little bit of issue. Okay.
Turn the sun down. Yeah.
That back up to 100%. Okay, let me get that's the right tab. Yeah. There we go.
Oh yeah. All right, so coming to you from it looks like a CBS 2, and police officer alleges Buffalo public schools abuse cover-up. This is a wild story, you guys. Richard High, a 13-year member of the department, made the allegations on the Unsubscribed podcast, great name, on Saturday. In the tell-all interview now seen by over 500,000 people, Buffalo police officer Richard High blew the whistle on a series of alleged cover-ups within Buffalo public schools. The SVU officer took to the Unsubscribed podcast Saturday to outline specific cases where he claims BPS officials and attorneys obstructed evidence and ignored subpoenas and court orders to cover up child abuse and SA within the district. High even went into detail on a few cases, one in which he describes an attempted child abduction that he says went unreported to parents. He said, quote, "When parents asked, why did my kid urinate in his pants at school, the teachers and the people in charge did not tell them that there was an attempted abduction." Buffalo Public Schools responded to the allegations in a statement, quote, "The Buffalo Public School District is aware of unfortunate and recent allegations circulating in an online video. The district is prepared to vigorously address these untruths." Okay, so you're already calling them untruths, but you're saying that you're going to go in and investigate them. The district has prioritized the safety and security of its students and staff every day. PPS is the second largest district in NYS with some 60 schools, 30,000 students, and 7,000 staff, and any transgressions that may have happened are handled swiftly and with seriousness, integrity, fairness, and empathy. And the Buffalo Public Schools maintain a close and professional relationship with the Buffalo Police Department as a means to ensure that safety is a priority. And I know that some of the news stations, they reached out to Richard High and he declined to come on. And I believe they even reached out to the Unsubscribed podcast, and who also declined.
So I believe he did talk to one of them. I think that's what this video is right here.
Let me see.
Turn on the sound.
listeners, if you've gone on social media, you may have seen allegations being made by a Buffalo police
Oh, there might
officer.
just pause it
Buffalo
1
Public
second there.
Schools
It
claiming
seems like there's
serious-
another video playing maybe at the bottom of the article.
Not reporting this. Not reporting.
Maybe
What
just
the heck?
scroll down like a pop-up video or something.
Okay.
The assaults of students.
The SVU officer taking to the Unsubscribed podcast to outline specific cases where he claims BPS officials and attorneys obstructed evidence and ignored subpoenas and court orders to cover up child abuse and sexual abuse within the district.
So a stranger went into the school. It's a grade school. It's a very low school.
High even going into detail on a few cases, one in which he described an attempted child abduction that he says went unreported to parents.
When his parents couldn't pick him up, the school did not disclose to the parent that the kid was a part of an attempted abduction. So when parents...
I follow these guys on social media.
Yeah.
I follow each one of their YouTube
They're
channels.
military veterans, a lot of these guys, I think. They were
Yeah.
I was watching them before.
And Richard, who was on he was on Tim Pool last week. Yeah. And what's going on?
There's some kind of video playing or something. I'm not sure. Maybe it's another tab. But yeah, they apparently this guy Richard High, he's done a lot of these kinds of busts where he goes after child predators. So this is something that's, on his radar at all times. And just, hearing that there's a possibility that there's cover-ups going on in these schools is absolutely insane. Why would he even come out and say something like that? Like, what would he gain off of that? Just to go viral on a podcast? I mean, he was on there talking about a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something playing, my love.
Yeah, it's the background music. Is it too loud?
Just check one of your tabs. Maybe something's playing.
I can't hear a dang thing.
Okay, no worries, no worries. It went away, or whatever it was. My apologies. All right, so we'll keep up with that story, and we'll see what comes of it. If anything comes out, we'll definitely let you know. But what's going on with Putin?
Yeah. Let's okay. This comes at you from National Propaganda Radio. Putin wants a 3-day ceasefire for World War II anniversary. Freudian slip there. Anniversary next month. Ukraine says, why wait? I mean, fair question. Why wait? But let's go on. Moscow and Kyiv. Russian President Vladimir Putin has declared a 3-day ceasefire in Ukraine next week to honor the 80th anniversary of the Soviet Union's victory over Nazi Germany in World War II. Statement posted on the Kremlin website said Putin has ordered a halt in Russian military activity for humanitarian reasons starting May 8 at midnight and lasting 3 days for Victory Day, a solemn holiday marked by both Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine's Foreign Minister Andriy Sabiha responded, repeating Kyiv's readiness immediately to adhere to a month-long ceasefire instead of a brief 3-day truce just to mark V-Day. Why wait until May 8th? Sabiha said on X, if fire can be ceased now, since any date for 30 days, so it is real, not just a parade. Ukraine is ready to support a lasting, durable, and full ceasefire for at least 30 days. President Volodymyr Zelensky later said in a video address that Ukraine had not wanted a single second of this war and echoed calls for a 30-day unconditional ceasefire that would begin as soon as possible. So,
I mean, why can't they just have a ceasefire while negotiations is going on? Like, why can't, if you guys are trying to figure out how you're going to back out of this whole thing, why can't you just ceasefire, period?
Yeah, it's I really don't understand what's going on here. And during the, we're really not covering it too much, but during the Pope's funeral this weekend, him and Zelensky had a one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
It was public. I mean, couldn't hear what they were actually talking about. Their conversation was private.
Right.
They had a public-private conversation,
right?
At which both men walked away saying, hey, things are looking better. It's looking like we can get a ceasefire deal. Trump, being Trump, I think may have over-exaggerated some of the details of that, but let's see. Anything
it was kind of
about
funny
that?
because in that video, I think President Macron was trying to come and talk while they were talking, and Trump
they shoot him away.
Right, you're out of your element, bud. Get out of here. Go mind your own French fry. We're busy.
French fries.
I mean, let the adults talk. We're talking.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you're the military man. I know you understand more nuance that goes into, kind of dissolving this when there's so much, firepower going on, and there's, like the last person to shoot off something that hurt somebody. It's like, now you want a ceasefire when I haven't gotten you back yet. Like, I don't know if that's the kind of stuff that goes on. I don't know.
I mean, no one wants to entertain this idea. No one wants to hear it, but it's Trump's idea, or Trump's idea that, both sides are going to have to make concessions. Neither side is going to get everything it wants out of this deal.
That's right.
Trump's, Russia, to get out of this, they're going to have to give up some of the territory they've taken.
Mm-hmm.
And sadly, Ukraine's going to have to let Russia keep some of the other territory they've taken. That's just, I think that's really the only way. And this one thing, this point is absolutely non-negotiable from the United States standpoint, and from Russia's standpoint, for that matter. Ukraine must not become part of NATO. No
That's
ifs,
right.
ands, buts. That must never happen. And that's not something that should even be considered as a part of any fucking peace deal.
That's right. I agree. I mean, we should freaking get out of NATO ourselves, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, I concur. At the risk of going off on a little bit of a rant on that, for crying out loud, NATO is the European Union's de facto military arm. We're not a part of the European Union, but we provide 80% of NATO's overall ability to project power.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like we never got independence from Britain, because it's like, they were taxing us to death. We couldn't get a lot of our materials, a lot of our food and stuff like that. There was like a whole bunch of that going on. And it's kind of like now we're getting fleeced by them in a different way. It's like we're still bleeding money to places that have nothing to do with us. But it just looks different, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Let's see.
I just want all this to be done with.
You're not the only one.
Terrible.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a palate cleanser after that.
Yes, you always put the palate cleanser in the perfect spot. So we got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2025 inductees are here. This is USA Today. We're going to see who made the list. The boys club that comprises this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class also contains a female solo musician who has always been a striking presence, Cyndi Lauper. She just wants to have fun as a girl, which I concur. She's among the 7 new inductees whittled from a list of 14 announced earlier this year, who spotlight a more conventional rock lineup, accepting Atlanta hip-hop innovators Outkast. than the genre diverse classes of recent years. I love Outcasts. I know that they're like Mariah Carey was an idea. She was one of a nominee that was touted, but I'm just like, I don't understand it. It's like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like, they're not rock and roll. Like, neither one of them. It's just so weird to me. But the newest entrants announced during the live broadcast of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame night episode of American Idol on April 27th are Bad Company, which, you know, they have the song Ready for Love. Yeah, can't get enough. Chubby Checker. I mean, come on. The twist again, dude. Like, why is he not already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
that one really
you
surprised
said that
me.
earlier. Yeah.
That one really surprised me that he wasn't already in there.
It's so weird. Like, what? We got Joe Cocker, which I forgot that was the guy that sang the what's the TV show Wonder Years?
Yeah.
Wonder Years song. So that's really cool, and I'm sure he's done like a whole ton of other stuff to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. But and then Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, Soundgarden. You have the White Stripes. With they have that Seven Nation Army. That's like one of their biggest hits. But yeah, so we'll see. The full induction ceremony airs live November 8th from the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles on Disney Plus and arrives on Hulu the next day. A condensed version will air on ABC at a yet-to-be-announced date. Suffice it to say, I won't be able to watch it if I wanted to, because I don't have any of these streaming platforms. Those who didn't make the cut this year include the Black Crowes, Billy Idol, Manya, and Fish, all first-time nominees, along with Mariah Carey and Oasis, both nominated in 2024 for the first time. Joe Division, New Order.
Hold the phone.
What?
Hold the phone. Gen Xer outrage here.
Right.
You're gonna tell me you're gonna snub Billy Idol and put Soundgarden in? Whiskey Tango Foxtrot over.
I know, I agree. Yeah. Oh, since Buddy Holly died, wow, that's taken it back. Yeah, I don't know, Joe Crocker.
That's a mystery to us too, Aaron. Yeah,
I don't get it. Like, I was just telling. I was talking to you, Brian, before the show. I was like, I just saw Michelle Pfeiffer, who's been in the movie industry for decades, huge movie star, and she's just now getting her hand footprint with the signature thing at the Grumman's Chinese Theater. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense either. But yeah. Then we have who's being honored at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2025. We have Salt and Pepper, which I loved them when I was a kid. I knew like every single word. Probably a lot of songs I shouldn't have listened to when I was a kid, but I still love them. And Warren Zevon will be recognized with the Musical Influence Award. Tom Bell, Nicky Hopkins, and Carol Kay will be honored for musical excellence. Lenny Waronker, noted producer and DreamWorks Warner Brothers Records executive, will receive the Ahmet Ertegun Award, which I don't really know what that is. But
no idea.
To be eligible for induction in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, an individual artist or band must have released its first commercial recording at least 25 years before the year of nomination. So how long how long have these guys been in the game? I mean, Billy Idol's been around since the early 80s, I think.
Yeah.
It's way more so it's been like half that time already that he should have been considered. That's
wild. According to the notes I got out of the AI, Chubby Checker was going in on a first-time nomination. You telling me that Chubby Checker hadn't even been nominated till now?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane. I mean, he was responsible for a whole generation of dancing, and like he was like it when he was out and he was doing what he was doing. Like
right.
I don't know. Who knows what goes into these people's heads when they decide on things, if they want to make it like diverse, or they want to make it like people that'll bring in crowds, and that kind of thing. I don't know. And they snub people for one of those reasons or another. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's like, I get the whole Pete Rose and baseball thing. Well, I don't really get it, but I understand where it comes from. But some of these people that just, complete musical legends and their contribution completely ignored.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you're going to put in Soundgarden over Billy Idol. Come on now.
Yeah.
I say that I was never really a fan of grunge in the first place.
And it's funny too, because they say so. I mean, I don't want to bring politic kind of stuff into it, but they say the one female solo musician, Cyndi Lauper. I mean, she's cool. I mean, she had her hits, and I do enjoy her music and stuff like that. But I would say swap her out for Billy Idol.
No. I mean, I think Billy Idol deserves to be in there for the same reason that Cyndi Lauper deserves to be in there, because of the influence she got. Is the influence she had on other artists and on the genre.
That's true.
I mean, Cyndi Lauper, she was crossover. She actually started out punk, just like Billy Idol. Billy Idol kind of stayed punk.
Yeah.
But, she started out punk and moved into rock, and then, kind of finished out as a pop artist. That's kind of a normal progression. But, it's kind of a...
We got to do our music reactions again one of these days. Maybe we'll hit up some of these artists.
We really need to.
We'll just do it on Rumble and X, so that way,
Yeah, that way we
everybody can watch.
we don't anger the Google, YouTube overlords over there. Yeah. So.
Exactly. But good luck to all of them. I mean, listen, I like all of these picks. I do. I mean, it kind of maybe. I mean, couldn't they? Does it always have to be the same amount of people? What is it? 7? It's 7 people, maybe. Couldn't they have just added one more person?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's one of those things Trump can fix with another executive order.
Please, I hope he doesn't do that. Oh my God. Rename it to something else. That's what I said too, DG. I was like, why? I know, like, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it's like, it's a huge household name. It's something everybody understands. It's a big deal. But, like, you're putting in people that aren't technically rock and roll. So you might as well just kind of change it up a little bit and make it like, I don't know, music greats. I don't know, just all music Hall of Fame. Just something like that. I don't know. You guys do better than me picking a name, but, like, yeah, I think they should change it. It's just making it genre specific and then not sticking to it is very freaking weird. But
I have a problem with a lot of these award shows and category. I mean, I was really pissed the year the Grammys awarded, I think, Nirvana metal album of the or metal band of the year. Like, Nirvana wasn't metal. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's almost like they bend the rules just to get people in. It's very like when they do that kind of stuff, because they were not metal at all. All. They were full grunge. Like, that was their whole. It's almost like they were the pioneers of that whole genre. So, maybe they didn't want to make a grunge. I don't know if at the time they probably didn't have it. They didn't want to make a whole grunge category. Maybe they wanted it to die off and just say, like,
that might have been part of it, because grunge was kind of an outlaw. If there was an outlaw
government, and sticking it to the man kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The good old days.
All right. You ready to look at something completely made up and fictional, imaginary? It does not exist in the real world?
Yes. Hit me with
and put a tag on it? Okay.
Yeah. Whoa. All right, so you guys know what this is. This is Caption This. We got an AI generated photo, and you guys give us your best captions. Try to be as funny as possible because we're going to vote on the best ones at the end of the show. You have any? Yeah, go ahead.
The credit to this image goes to AK, the boss. He generated this image in whatever AI engine he has at his beck and call, and shared it for us in the Discord, which there's a segue to talk about the Discord, which you're better at than I am, Biddy.
Yeah, no, definitely. If you wanna hit us up with any AI generated, well, first you got to join the Discord. So you gotta go to our website. We'll show you that later on, riseofmiddleamerica.com, and you can also click the QR code. Thank you. Yep. Oh, did I actually? No, I didn't. There it goes.
No.
I always think I'm gonna do it. I never do it. But anyway, you see it. It's up there at the top of the screen. Yeah, you join the Discord, and then just look for us. We're always in there hanging out. Basically, you can see us all in the voice chats and everything if you need help navigating around. But we'd love to have.
She already won.
Rick rolling up in a Buffalo school district town hall. I love how Erin always does that. She does it like whatever the stories are, she incorporates it in her caption. She's freaking bomb. Right. I'm trying to think. All right.
Oh boy, StreamYard isn't pulling up all the comments. All right. Okay, Rick.
I feel like when it gets too long, then it's not funny anymore. But hopefully.
Brevity is the soul of wit. That is true.
Spicy canine unit. I can't talk today. 2035 Raptor unit. Hey. What is I'm Daryl, and this is my other brother Daryl. I feel like that's a reference to something, but I don't know what it is.
Newhart.
What?
Newhart. The show.
Newhart. Bob Newhart. I never watched that show.
Not the one from the 70s. The one from the 90s.
I didn't watch
it. Or the 80s. The one from the 80s. Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a huge show, but is it a good show?
Yeah. So Bob Newhart plays a guy that moves to New England with his wife and buys a bed and breakfast. It's kind of like your retirement, get away from it all type job. And the town, it's a small town in Vermont. They got quirky neighbors, and one of their neighbors is a trio of handyman brothers named Larry, Daryl, and his other brother Daryl. So Larry, Daryl, and Daryl.
Got it. Thank you. That sounds cute, though. I like that idea.
Oh, Vesh has something good here.
Dynamite. Yeah, buddy.
I'll put a star on that one. Uh-oh.
What did you do?
Doug says got it. What's Doug got? Should we be worried? Oh, okay. Yep, I've been remiss. I haven't even been looking at the Rumble chat. Here we go.
2035 Raptor unit.
All right. Thank you, Lethal.
Good stuff. What should we give it to? 958.
Yeah, we'll give it to 958.
This is my service
dinosaur. I love it.
That's great. Investigators confused at the rise of heart attacks during arrests. Oh shit! For real. I think I definitely lose my life. You better shut that
damn mouth. Oh man.
Oh, they're coming in now, you see?
You got some good ones coming in now.
Yeah. No documents, no trial, just primal justice. That should be the unit to go after the people that, the child the people that hurt. I would let's do it. De-extinction, let's go.
Buffalo still wins. I don't get that. Bash.
That's great. It's friendly. He does look friendly, actually.
Looks like a very friendly Velociraptor.
He does. Yeah. Let's go. That's my man right there. Tom Holman was a New York City police officer as well.
Is that right? Doesn't surprise me at all, given the man's demeanor and everything.
Yep.
All right, what do you think?
Oh my God, there's so many coming in.
There's so many. I gotta pick my favorite. Let's see.
What did Lethal say? White woman puppy. Oh my God. Cocaine carnivore. Oh my God, you guys stop. That's a good photo, AK. You got the troops out here just spitting them out.
AK's AI intern is quite a bit smarter than my, retarded AI intern.
When we domesticate lizard people. Nice.
All right. I'm going to pick a favorite, you pick a favorite, and then we'll do a poll off of our two favorites. Even though this one is good, I'm going to disqualify it because he made the image.
Yeah, gotta be fair. This is hard. This is getting harder by the show because we get so many good submissions, like more and more every time. And
I'm gonna go with the service dinosaur. That's my pick.
That was good. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm thinking. I'm looking. Wait, there was one that I like.
Was it one of Aaron's? Her first one was actually really good.
Yeah, the first one was good. I'm just like. I actually really like this one, but I don't think everybody's gonna like it. But I thought this one was really funny. The investigators confused at the rising number of heart attacks during arrests. I thought that was cool. I'm torn between that one and the Tom Holman one because those both made me get excited about them. Oh my god.
Well, I guess we can go with the three-way poll.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So, we'll go with Tom Holman. We are ready. Number one. Vote one in the chat. For Service Dinosaur, vote 2 in the chat. And then for, you like this one too. Vote 3
Yes.
for Aaron's. Okay. There we go.
All right, so vote, you guys. Help us out here. I don't know which one to choose.
Now you actually have to pick one. I've already made my vote.
But wait, I thought we were doing a 3-way.
Yeah, but if you're gonna vote, or you can't vote.
Right. No, you're right. Okay.
You can't vote for both you nominated for. You can only vote for one of them.
No, you're right. Why is this so difficult for me? I'm like, okay, so which was the first one? The first one was what was the order again? I'm sorry.
The Homan one. We're ready. Tom Homan, we're ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one was dang it, now I've already
This is my Service Dinosaur.
at the start ones. Oh yeah. Tom Homan, we're ready. 1, 2, next skiff. My Service Dinosaur. 3, Aaron. Investigators confuse rising number of heart attacks during arrests.
Oh, the partial Raptor unit sponsored by Ford. Well, to be fair, we did say we were gonna cut it off at 9:58, and that submission came in at 9:59. But yeah, no, you were getting hot there, girl. All right. Okay, I'm choosing one because I'm partial to Tom Homan and the border. I like that idea.
All right. Looks like that's the winners. Looks like that's the winner. So,
all right,
Tom Homan, we are ready.
Congratulations, DG. Great job. And remember, we're working on getting a whole championship round going. We got to finalize everything, put everything together. But once we get that done, we're going to do a championship round when we find out who is the winner, the ultimate winner out of all of the submissions since we started doing the Caption This game again. And whoever wins, they get their caption photo on a shirt with their caption. And they're also going to get one of these bad boys, Romanation hat, that's actually not pink, by the way, just so you know, but signed by Phil Abante that AK got when he went on Timcast, some goodies. So it's always a great idea to submit. He said, I want to thank all the little people who made it happen. Great job. And don't forget, you guys, we do have that website I was talking about earlier, riseofmiddleamerica.com. Right up there at the top of the screen, you have the little buttons there for Rumble, YouTube, X, and the Discord. If you want to join, just hang out with us. We'd love to have you. We're always in there chilling. You can also find all of our shows on here, everything that we've done, Romanation shows, the Facts and Sash shows, the Sunset Ranch shows, the Drive-In, our new show that we got going on. And that's all of our hosts for everything. And yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, sharing your Monday with us. We love having you. And I hope you have a wonderful Monday. You can find me on X if you want to hang out with me and follow me there, Elizabitty213A. And we can follow Brian on, I always forget, Brian Tidwell 1 on X as well. Oh,
yeah, I'm completely nothing anonymous about my life. Yeah, I'm really bad at the, staying hidden on the internet thing. So,
but you brought back your bullet points with Brian, which is really cool. I shared that on my page today. I love those. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to follow up on that, young Mr. Sanders got drafted by the Cleveland Browns in the last round, if you didn't already know. Mm-hmm. So, but he's going to a team with I'm not a sports guy, but having 3 quarterbacks in your quarterback room, that's a pretty crowded quarterback room. So
It's almost like they didn't want to make it look bad because he's a legacy. Apparently, there's some like chatter that like Deion Sanders would be kind of like when his son was playing in college, that he was kind of like there all the time and giving pointers and kind of like all up in it. They're worried that wherever he gets, picked to play for, that he's gonna have that same, like he's gonna be there and kind of like give his 2 cents. I don't know. I heard that through the grapevine.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I follow college football somewhat. I really don't follow NFL all that much. So, but anyway, this is not a sports talk show. But anyway,
Raiders.
I thought I owed my dozens and dozens of fans that follow me on X a follow-up to that
some
one.
Bullet points. Yeah.
Some closure. I owed them
There
closure.
you go.
Yeah.
Good job. Keeping the troops informed, man. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you guys so much, and have a great evening.
And I just realized, guys, when I end the stream, it's just going to end because I think we had other shows going on. I think, I pulled it out. So
Well, just so you guys know, the end of the show, right? You got to make America follow the Constitution again. And you know what that spells. You can figure out that acronym because I'm not going to cuss.
Okay, hold on. I can fix this right quick. I can fix it right quick. I can fix it right quick.
We gotta have it because I feel like if I don't have it, I feel like the show didn't end. It's like our bookmark.
Okay, I can end the stream now.
Great job, quick fingers. Pew pew.
So I got to thinking, there's MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. MAGA, Make America Great Again. But what we really need to do is make America follow the Constitution again. Motherfucker. That sounded better in my head.